Welcome, everybody. Yes, we are live with Emuna is Our Future with True Royalty. This is the focus of Elul, Erev Rosh Hashana, approaching the special days of crowning the King. Yehi HaMelech, long live the Queen. Unfortunately, no more is now long live the King for those English, British, Commonwealth subjects. And for all the rest of the world, we are going to all say, please God, soon, long live the King. The Rosh Hashanah, HaMelech. We're going to scream out HaMelech together with our communities. We appreciate you joining us. Shalom Rabbi, yes. Lara, nice to see you. Remember, we are here today to learn and also grow. I do not have the guitar today again. Maybe next week, if there's a special request. I just want us to keep growing in the learning focus right now. Being that we are so close to Rosh Hashanah, it's hard for me to perform musically. You know, I'm not a Shlomo Katz, who hopefully I will be there with Rav Shalom Arush this Shabbos and his beautiful community in Efrat. And we're going to join, hopefully, the Slichas by there. Take a change of flow a little bit away from the Talmud Rebbe. Usually I'm by Motzi Shabbos. And next week, Rav Shalom Arush will be flying to Uman with the Kehila. The question is, someone's saying, yes, please, the guitar. How uplifts my soul. So maybe, if you don't mind seeing me get up for a second, later on in the class, I'll get up and get the guitar because I don't have it ready, but it's not far from me. So you have to come off the video for one moment. Back to Uman Rosh Hashanah. So yeah, there's still a lot of people going there, estimated around 20,000, according to some people. But as we heard so wisely from our double Emuna Tuesday guest, Judah Klein, today came into the studio. We had an excellent class. I hope you like the royal effects on our Facebook. Shalom Rabbi from Sydney, yes. Shalom, shalom. Check out the earlier class, the double Emuna, Judah Klein class. Yes, someone said, Baruch Hashem, bendito sea su nombre, gracias Hashem, por esos grandes sabios de Torah, muchas gracias. Just doing my best. Anyway, the point is that Emuna and Uman, I feel very close together, especially that Rabbi Nachman ben Feger, Ben Simcha, and Rav Shalom Arush, who have Ben Chaim. We should learn to bring alive the Aish, the fire, the teachings of Breslev and Breslev.com. Emuna is Our Future, Emunalive.com. We're bringing alive Rav Shalom Arush's teachings together in 2022, soon to be 5783. As we said, we're trying to bring Gadol, Possum Gadol, bring great Hashem's name. We spoke about it last week, soulful greatness, God's greatness. It's interesting that last week's class was number 86 with Avi Avatol, and I suddenly thought afterwards that's Gematria Elohim, numerical value Elohim, God's greatness, and that was the name of the class, and the number also featured. Today we had Paz 87, purification. We spoke about it, bringing the gold sparks here, Goldsmith. And I remind you all to check out all the links in the description. We've got some updated United Souls extract book. Remember, you guys get to read it. 21 parts already posted for free on Substack. Go to the link, subscribe, make my day. Nice sparks in the back. Yes, I thought I'd make it sparkly on Facebook. YouTube's just the regular, apologize, a little bit more boring, but we do have the nice pictures that my wife chose a while back, and this wonderful pillow, which I always enjoy featuring, because what does it say? And for those on Facebook, we have to bring it closer. Smile, and the world smiles with you. Okay, you get to see that? Very important to smile. That's a big part of Elul Joy preparations. Chai Elul's coming up. Get into the Chias, the Balatanya is all his light. Learn the books, learn the Holy Svarim. Baruch Hashem, we get to learn Tanya. And the Baal Shem Tov was Mizgala, was revealed. And Judah Klein wisely said about Uman that it's a journey. It's a journey. And these 12 days coming up towards Rosh Hashanah are a journey. So where we will be next week, we'll find out. For sure, Rav Rosh will be on his way to Uman, I believe. And they'll be traveling by car from Romania to Uman. We'll have to pray for Shalom Ben Yamna's safe journey and all the people, other people going there as well. And if I'm there, I'll let you know. My holy wife just reached out to me. She is on MADA volunteering, Magen David Adom ambulance. It's an amazing thing. I get the opportunity to see her early in the morning, get up, get everything ready with Mesiras Nefesh 5 in the morning or something, and then she leaves the house and goes out there on a volunteer shift to help people out there in the ambulance world with all the different things that people are going through and health issues and stuff. Something which I have a tremendous admiration, and we give her a shout out. And all those service industries where people go and help people, they should all be blessed, and we always thank them. Especially now, we don't have to deal with that nonsense Corona and whatever it was. I can't believe. I mean, this is a time now to take stock and just think, like, what did we go through? So one of the big concepts of Corona was to crown the king. It's the same language as crown. It looked like crowns, points coming out, whatever the virus so-called was, that we have the ability to crown the king, to turn all that craziness into crowning Hashem, to tuning into the God's will. That was another point Judah mentioned, tuning into what does Hashem want from us. That for me is the ikar, as by many righteous people, and the main thing they said is to do the Ratzon Hashem b'shleimus, and the simcha, do it with joy, to do the will of God. And that's what we're going to learn about in this book, the garden of yearning and will. Developing. Prayer is about developing and making Hashem's name great. How do we bring out the greatness of the soul and the greatness of Torah as well? We have to also think about that, the godless of Torah. Right now, Baruch Hashem, I'm learning with the Daf Yomi with our wonderful friend Rav Eli Stefanski, who mentioned him before, and I'm just personally getting a lot of inspiration there from his YouTube videos, and you should go check him out, whoever wants to learn and get an insight how the Talmud flows. We're already in Kesubot, learning about how we should honor our soulmate with the correct way, and the different other halachas. Obviously the Talmud goes off in many tangents, but it's part of the journey, the flow of Torah, and bring out the greatness of Torah through learning such things. Whatever you get inspiration from, we mentioned today, look at Maron from Rabbi Nachman's teaching, Nachman Feiger, Nachman Simchon. If you get from Rav Arush's wonderful books, Bezer.com. And to remind you all again, the Emuna Tour 2022, our goal is to make Hashem's name great, to be a Kiddush Hashem. You know, I was listening to Jordan Harbinger's show. If you've ever heard of him, he has a big podcast, and I heard about it first from Ben Shapiro, another podcast I listen to, and also some other podcasts they promote it. And over there, Jordan brought a guest who mentioned that he was looking into how this guy, who's this website that he found, and how does it, who's selling this? So he thought originally it was on some far off country. I'm not going to say names. I want to be consider anything, but it was some far off country, far away. And he was tracing the website, trying to get hold of the contact details. Eventually, it brought him to a yid with gingy beard in Borough Park, a nice Hasidic yid and a Jewish yid. And this is a story we just told 2 weeks ago on Jordan Harbinger's show. And the amazing thing, went to meet with the person. He said, I have to meet you. You've got this company, it's so unique. I want to see what you're doing, what you're up to. So he went and met with a guy, and the guy took him around his office, showed him, tens of people, Hasidic people working there, and they had their token, Italian as well, just to keep it a bit more, whatever the words are nowadays, you have to keep everything very equity and diverse and all this kind of stuff. So they had and he was, what the point of the story was the concept of pivoting. When I told this story to my family, my wife and daughter started doing ballet moves and pivoting, because it's a funny word, everyone likes to use it now in business. It's one of these buzzwords, and they pivot this way, pivot that way, pivot. But the point is that there's pivoting going on, and the pivoting is the fire from the Yid. That's what it is. It's the Eish Tamid. Tukadam is Be'elo Sikhba. It's the Eish of Rabbi Nachman. It's the Eish of Tzaddikim. It's the light. And you say, oh, it's a tivus for money. No. These people, trust me, they're not using the money to live it up. They're using the money to support their families and to invest back in their community through charity. And so the point is the determination when they went from business to business, the history of this person, from what started off with a simple video store to this, till they got to that product. The point was, it was a Kiddush Hashem, hearing it on this podcast, how there's a tremendous power within, no matter what's going on. In the studio, I came in today, and the guy who turned off the internet, almost turned off the internet, I had to run off in the middle of the class and just remind him, and Baruch Hashem, he smiled. we went forward. The point was when the internet went down all those weeks ago here, and we're heading to Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, time of forgiveness. That's right. Let's go that story already. And then all the other stories that we've had during the last year, all the difficulties, we have to let go. And that's part of crowning the king. How do we crown the king? One of the ways is through our relationship with each other. Remember, the greatness of the soul is that it can let go, it can move on, it can cleanse itself, can do tshuva, to shuv hay, can return this hay, this energy, this breath, this malchus, back to Kedusha, back to the Yud Kei Vav Kei, this unbelievable yichud, a unification that we can create again and again in daily life. This is through tuning in on the inner level, and the united soul level, the panemius level, through rotzen, to will, to panemius. This is Rosh Hashanah, the crown, the keser, is the will of God. Tuning into what is the will, and this is the inner level, the inner teachings that we got today from Judah Kleiner when we're talking to Hashem, or bringing all our stuff with us and being real with Hashem, and then we can get to the inner rotzen. The inner rotzen is we want to be korov to Hashem, we want to be close to Hashem. Yeah, as he said so wisely in Slichas, hard thing. To just be in the shul, just to make it to the place of prayer with the community is in itself a tremendous ashreinu, is a tremendous fortunate experience, is a success. So we have to give ourselves credit more. Give ourselves the limit schus, malamed schus ourselves, judge ourselves favorably, and then we'll have the power to judge others favorably with both eyes. The right eye for others to do kindness, and the left eye to judge ourselves, but in a favorable way, to see out the nekudas tovas, as Rabbi Nachman teaches us. Esmach oid. The odi is the keser, but it's from the lowest to the highest. This is the keser malchus. This is our power on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, to tune into that inner level. I had guests this Shabbos from a yeshiva, Rabbi Centers. Shout out to the Miami crew and Boca Raton crew out there who came around. And these two wonderful boys, we spoke about this, the Boca and the wonderful men, rather, this amazing growth of, as you go through the Yom Tov, you're getting more and more lifnei Hashem. You start off Rosh Hashanah, Chesed B'Yom Chagenu, Hashem covers up the moon, and then suddenly you're there blowing the show, from bringing out from the depths of your soul the inner spark, and then we're going through that tshuva and cleansing. And remember, we already had these days of slichos before, already cleansing, getting that forgiveness, and it's getting more and more intense as we go through the 10 days of tshuva till we get to Yom Kippur, Yom HaKodesh, and then lifnei Hashem to Torah. Then we're lifnei Hashem. Before Hashem, the panemius of Hashem is the coats, is the crown, is the Rosh, the panemius, the inner level. We're tuning into the spark, this true royalty that exists within us, this true kingship. This is Malchus. Malchus is Kedusha, of holiness, of kingship and queenship, of royalty. So we take this concept, of Broch Dynamics, of the queen passing away, and the fame and the power and the energy that she brought with her, and then we have this new king. The point is, Charles III, it should be well, we have the opportunity to get into the panemius of really what royalty is. To understand it's just the clothing over there in London and England. It's the idea is we have to tune into the true royalty of the soul, the Malchus, the Kedusha, the holy soul that we all have within us. And tune in. One of the ways we're going to tune into it is, once again, learning these books, learning into the power of prayer, tuning into our ability, the soul language, the United Souls language. That's why I want you to check out the United Souls book. And also Relationship Flow podcast, put up a new session there with my wife, my soulmate, and she should be blessed. And all of us, really get ready for this new year to be inscribed, because we're writing it deeper and deeper and more of a soul level. And remember, Hashem is going to, as we said this Shabbos, the Osha Debemis is going to flash that moment of goodness when we're truly tuned in and focused into godliness, into our soul, into what we're here for. That's when he's going to judge us. That's when the Yom Adin takes place. The whole day is just all about those 2 days, Memches, Sha'os, the 48 hours, the Moyach of the year, the Rosh, the head of the year, as Rav Rosh has been talking about in our videos we've been putting up. He should be well. Please God, that Moyach has within it. So now back to the Emuna Tour 2022. You're going to have the ability to connect in person during Lech Lecha V'Yera to the light of Avram Avinu and Sarah Meinu with Rav Arush and his rabbinate. Together we're going to come to New York. And thank God people have already worked out how to get from Arizona to New York. People have worked out from Miami. Remember, Gedalia is announcing a big event in Carnegie Hall. Like we said this morning, we'd like to host Nissim Black there as well. Bring some music for Gedalia's the energy. And then also Moshe Rubin I'm asking about as well, a new star on the rise. And he was just in the H.com article, and please God, many more. He'll keep growing, putting out more and more tracks. Someone I'm happy to work with. And then
we have all our wonderful speakers that we're working with. Moshe Gersh is hopefully coming. I'd love to throw him into the mix as well. So we're introducing the ideas to the people around, and hopefully they'll be willing. If he can't come there, maybe we'll bring him to a different event, Chazak or something. And the point is, but the most important part is to take advantage of Rav Shalom Arush himself, of being able to have a meeting with him and to hear him speak with Rav Dayan Elgar's amazing translation, and to hopefully in Uman we'll even try to get an English class done with Rav Cohen's going to help, and Rav Dayan Elgar will try to get an English class done whether I'm there or not. We'll have the ability, please God, to hear from the Rav himself in Uman and also in New York, and we'll hopefully get those videos and the audios and all the different things that we try to do when we're on tour. And most importantly, have the ability to talk to the Rav in person, make those meetings. They're going to go quick. Email eli.goldsmith@breslev.co.il. Go down below, the links there, emails there, everything's there, emunalive.com. You can go to me through there, WhatsApp, whatever way, DM on Instagram. I try to keep a track of everything, email, Gmail, wherever you want. Yeah, we are there, please God. And even TikTok, as crazy as that app seems, Joe Rogan was talking about it, it's like completely. And Tristan Harris also on his blog as well, how crazy TikTok is. We can trust those TikTokers. But the point is that we've got to be careful, but we've got to be tuned in to each other through Emuna, bringing Emuna global and sharing the soul level. I want to thank everyone again for tuning in on a weekly level. Now we're going to learn our new light. And then after, I'll treat you to a song, thanks to Laura's request over there on YouTube. I hope you're still there. Sure, blessings to you and your family. Thank you for teaching. It's good to try to be close to Shem. Yeah, well, if you're still here, I'm going to get out the guitar. If you're not, I don't know, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. Hashem seeks all hearts. Since the words of presence of have great power to inspire a person, it is very good practice to look in the Siddur. So we're page 378 in a new light. Yeah, everyone go to breslev.com, buy it now, and then we can learn together. And you can always watch this video again with the book. Yeah, since the words, remember, from 15 minutes onwards around, we started learning. Since the words of prayer have themselves great power to inspire a person, very good practice to look into the Siddur while you pray. Because when you see a word with your eyes, you think about it with your mind. That strengthens your deep feeling. Therefore, we learn that the Ari, who's the Ari? Arizo! I have to write it here, the Ari. Who knows that? Maybe they think it's a lion. Arizo, the Heilige Rav Yitzchak Luria, took great care to pray from a Siddur. How much more then should people like us? But if a person prefers to pray with his eyes closed, a good practice to visualize each word before saying it. So visualization, it's a powerful concept. Remember here Rav Shalom Arush, prayer is an opportunity for us to be medameh of the Olam Emes, the true world. And when we're learning Torah, we're bringing down the world of truth into our imaginary world, which is this world, because you think that it's all big stuff going on Bitcoin and this thing and that thing and on politics and all this stuff, Trump and this and this person, that person. It's all nonsense. It's all dinyainus. We have to bring the truth into the world. That's our job as people of soul, and clarify this world with truth, how to do business, how to have family, how to have friends. And by visualizing prayer, we're connecting ourselves again up to the world of truth so that we can have the energy to draw down that truth. As the Nefesh Chaim states, Nefesh Chaim, making Yechidim with the literature Tzadikim, the Chassidim, Sfarish Tzadikim, all the Tzadikim. Yeah, Nefesh Chaim is Rav Chaim Volozhin, yeah, from Talmud of the Gra, who I'm named after originally, Eliyahu. The main thing in the work of prayer is that when a person verbalizes a word of prayer, he should visualize the word itself and have the intention to use it to increase the power of holiness. So the power of holiness will bear fruit. The Malchus to Gedusha, true royalty, the kingship of Hashem should bear fruit and increase the world's holiness and light. It is a wonderful practice, one that is tried and true to accustom myself to do this, in order to eradicate and remove all vain thoughts that interfere with and prevent purity of thought and deep feeling. Whoever increases regular practice of this will be given increased purity of thought by praying, and this practice is a simple type of meditation. Yes, mindfulness said they had it. No, we had it. Yeah, most of them are Jewish anyway, funny enough. But the point is, we're not fighting over who has wisdom. The point is, the wisdom is always there, of mindfulness, meditation, any spiritual journey that seems to suddenly come out or be renewed. The Baal Shem Tov's path also had an original energy from the Arizal, and further back to the Bishop Baichai, and back to Moshe Rabbeinu, to the Tzadikim, to David HaMelech, Tzadikim. All the Tzadikim were tuned into the inner light, into the inner practices of mysticism and truth. They were true royalty. David HaMelech was a true royal. As we said many times, David was an Avdecha. We're trying to get to Rosh Hashanah to understand we're an Eved Hashem. We're here to serve Hashem for a higher purpose. That's the key to get rid of addictions and all the negativity of this world. And then we're Bonim Atem Hashem. We're children of Hashem, and that gives us both. Avinu Malkeinu. Yeah, and we're going to say this again and again in the Machzor Rosh Hashanah. Yeah, if we're bonim, if we're bonim, if we're slaves to Hashem, if we're serving Hashem, rather, let's use a better word than say we're serving Hashem, or if we're children of Hashem. This is the concept. Either way, rachem aleim, give rachem aleinu. Yeah, have mercy on us. Either way, Hashem. Yeah, since prayer with deep feelings means something different from different people. Every individual must seek and beseech counsel as appropriate for him. With tribal his might to pray at a time in a place in which is he to be inspired to do the work of the will. This is it, the Ratzon. We spoke about this before. Now, Laki can forward to state that every person do what he feels will help him concentrate. Whether or not to raise his voice, whether or not to sway back and forth. Yeah, the candle, the flame, we're like shockling. It's not just some crazy like cult people walking. Well, what's going on? All these people shaking around. No, it's the fire of the soul. It's like a flame. It's flickering. It's taking over the wick, which is the good for the body, the physical side, and it's inspiring and enlivening the body, the human being. Yeah, and that's probably why we should sing as well, because you feel it through the music as well. To stand in one place or move from one place to another, because Hashem seeks all hearts. That's what it says in Chronicles, in Divrei Yomim, I believe, in Hebrew. Now let's conclude the topic of how to pray with deep feeling by quoting the wonderful words again of the Nefesh HaChaim. Yeah, then life, the soul of life. That's the real translation, Nefesh HaChaim. Think about it, beautiful name. Our sages of Blessed Mary said, I could absolve the entire world from being judged for imperfect prayer, because as the verse states, we are drunk and not from wine. It's interesting. Someone wrote that to me today. We are drunk not from wine. It was Ben Epstein, Dr. Ben Epstein. We had a little. It's amazing how everything connects in the divine flow. Because I posted him last week, the end of last week, because he was on Duncan Trussell podcast. Yeah, Duncan Trussell was being on Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman, all the big dudes. Yeah, so we shared it around because it was inspiring that someone who's been on our, and with our, and he blew a shofar there, and he, all the teachings of mindfulness and Rabbi Nachman, and he brought it to Duncan Trussell, who will then bring it back to Joe and bring it back to Lex and all the listeners and all the. This is the kind of potential we have on these podcasts. But once again, it's up to you to share it, because I'm sure Duncan knew Ben from before. I don't know Duncan, I don't know Joe, I don't know Lex, but I'd love to speak to them one day. And it's up to you to make that happen. You guys who are listening and tuning in have to bring Emuna global, have to get these teachings out there when you come in person. Make sure the Emuna Tour is a success. Share it everywhere, the flyer. Make it viral. Share everywhere. They see a picture of Rav Arush, they see the Emuna Tour. They want to start making media. They want to come to the shiur. They want to join our platforms. We have to get this global. Yeah. So I'm not just sitting here talking to in my beautiful home studio, thank Hashem, in Yerushalayim or Kodesh, and the Shabbos in the frat. And then maybe in Rosh Hashanah and Uman, we'll see, maybe in Yerushalayim also, it's also good. Baruch Hashem. I'm okay, but the world needs this light, Baruch Hashem. Yeah, and I need the followers. Not because I need the followers. I need the followers because the point is not to show numbers. Forget about the numbers. The point is that it's about connecting on a real level, on a soul level. And souls, the more we're connected. I mean, sometimes you just feel so alone, just like Moshe Rubin sang, you are not alone, I am here for you. Check out the song, we've been posting it. So anyway, the point is that we are drunk and not from wine. So Dr. Epstein was saying it in reference today that he got high from seeing our class with Judah Klein. And, we were high from not from wine, we were high from connection to Hashem. That's the point. Judah Exile. If that's so, then what would we say now in these generations? Every person for his life like someone lying down with a wounded head as always in the midst of a sea due to the burdensome toil of earning a living. Yes, who doesn't feel overwhelmed by trying to earn a living? As high as we can get by learning together. But practically, we're going to get these bills come in. We've got a new year to dump for. We've got to pray for those bilchalach, as they say, the rolls, make sure the bank's account is okay and you've paid up, you're not got debts, and you can cover all the different things you need to do, the responsibilities that we're learning Kasuba, the responsibility to support your family. This is, a real thing. Yeah, making Hashem's name great in every way. If we're having a Panasa Godel, Pei Gimel, Tachin Pei Gimel, a big Purasim Godel, a big advertisement of Hashem's greatness, to advertise Hashem's greatness. It says in our wonderful New Light book, Yeah. As a result, no one takes heed to empty his heart and fall from the confusion of enormous troubles regarding the vanities of this lowly world. Prepare himself to encounter his God. May Hashem's name be blessed. And that's the idea. Like today, I was feeling overwhelmed, so I shared it. A few people, like one person I haven't seen for over 20 years in Holy Land. He's a family member, and he hasn't met any of his nephews, nieces, cousins, etc. Anyone here, unfortunately, and in person, other than when one or two made it to London. And I was like, just get out that burden. Let's talk it out. Another uncle hasn't met most of my kids. Was at my wedding, both these people, but hasn't met. He actually got big honors back in the day from the Queen, but he hasn't met the king over here. The Hashem Yisbarach in Yerushalayim. They came here and I didn't even meet with them. So we need to make that happen. So I took out my burdens. And then Judah Klein, I messaged him today. People need to meet more together. So we have to communicate more. Not allow time to just fly by. And we're missing out on family connection, missing out on moments to connect to our neighbors. Open up to the guy. And he came to the studio and we had an amazing class because it's from a real place. We had real stuff going down. Yeah. And may his name be blessed. We're trying to praise Hashem. How can we open ourselves up to Hashem if we're just all blocked up? We have to get it out and be real. Like we said, face our stuff, not stuff our face. Nevertheless, certainly every individual in accordance with his intellects and understandings is obligated to take counsel and seek stratagems in the obligatory war. It's a war. Take some of we had last week, and this week's Pasha Kisavo. We're coming to the base of Migdash. We're coming, but there's a war to get there. To get to the third temple, we're going to have to war our way. There's going to be wars, Gog and Magog. There's wars that have to take place. Wars of the evil inclination within. Mechias Amalek, as we mentioned last week. And now this week, how do we do it? We have to thank Hashem. We have to go through life with joy. So we don't get the klalas, the curses. We get the brachas, the blessings. I'm going to be by Yosef Aaron. Remember Yosef Aaron, one of our guests. Yosef, this week's parsha is the yesod of these 6 weeks leading up to Rosh Hashanah, because we got the 7th week is already Malchus Kedusha. That's Nitzavim V'Yelech. We are in the concept of Kisavo. We're coming to the Mochim of Sion. Yosef, the Shabbat is going to be by Yosef. Yosef is Sion is the yesod, is the place of connection. This is the place where we bring down the brachas, not the klalas Hashana. Through joy, through simcha, through Emuna B'tochen, what we're learning here, through prayer, through cleaning out all the crap, excuse my language, so we can come to a place of cleansiness and lifnei Hashem. Every individual comes in their understanding is able to take counsel and seek strategy, a war. We're in a war for this. In order to escape the confusion of impure thoughts. They're driving us nuts, all of us, yeah? Everyone's being driven crazy. Agreed? So we have to cleanse ourselves, cleanse our minds, allow ourselves to have that yeshivadas, peace of mind. That's one of the most important things we're discussing today. Coming out at the end of the day is normal. That's the true royalty. We mentioned it. Zanal, Zeika Normal Abacha. To come out to that normal place, that healthy place of peace of mind, healthy lifestyle, being able to bring Hashem into every part of our life, to see how Hashem's helped us throughout this year, the last year, as difficult as it's been for many of us, but we've got through it. We're here to tell the tale. We're thanking Hashem, crowning the King, coming to Yom Kippur, lifting Hashem to Torah, we're purifying ourselves, and then we'll come to Sukkot. Sukkot now is externalizing this joy, bringing it out in an external way. And these 6 special weeks leading up to 7th week already, are these 50 days leading up from Tisha B'Av to Rosh Hashanah. And now we're holding during this month of Tishrei, from Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, Sukkot, we're holding at a time of exploding with joy now. We've done the inner work, and we're exploding from the inside outwards with joy, with simcha. It's coming from within, and it's expression outwards. And that's the idea, that it has to come from an inner place. Yeah, everything has to come from an inner place. And then the joy is netzochim, it's true joy. And then we're judged on Sukkot on our joy. Yeah, and Simchas Beis Hashreva on the Lulav and Esrog and the Nuim. Yeah, we're samachtem lifnei Hashem Elokeichem. We're dancing with Hashem, lifnei Hashem again. We're dancing with joy and with this Torah and then a Sukkah, and it's externalizing this Ormak, this light around us. We're bringing it out more from Rosh Hashanah when it's all covered up, and Yom Kippur where it's more and more getting revealed through purification until the light's pouring out of our being. And if you be by certain people, you see they shine during Sukkot. We have a huge Simchas Beis Hashreva by Rav Shalom. I was talking about it to my friend today. The Sukkah is huge. He phoned me from Amsterdam. I'm talking about the sukkah. It's huge, and it potentially, if we had enough security, we'd be able to make that Nissim Black concert. But without that, just a simple space show, just the fact that we'll get together and Nissim himself comes, gets a broch from the Rav, and everyone's together, and it's this amazing energy, and everyone's singing and dancing, and then the whole of Yerushalayim for a whole week is going through that energy, and the whole world potentially can tap in. They can come to the base of Migdash one day. The Kitzavo, to come back to the place where Hashem's name will be made great. Truly, God's name will eternally be made great. But first, we've got to get rid of all these impure thoughts, got to get rid of all this impurity, to cleanse ourselves, to get to that level of joy, so that his mind will grow settled, or her mind will grow settled, and he or she will be able to properly engage in the service of prayer. Avodas, Beis Hamikdash, Avodas, Beis Midrash, whatever level it is, in exile, in Geula, whichever level, in redemption. Either way, wherever we are, right, we are now, we have to learn to cleanse ourselves. The Doved Hashem's giving us all the advice in that special Psalm 27. He's giving us slicha. He's giving us times. It's Motzi Shabbos. We're going to start saying slicha for the Sfardim who already began, and they're saying it with such joy already from a few weeks. Amazing to them. We've got the high energy of Chayela. We've got the energy of Chafhei, Ma'aser Bereishis, people getting ready to go to Uman or go to wherever they're going to be for Yom Tov. Everyone should realize this is the time now. Bringing down a lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of kayach, a lot of strength, to tune in to the yesod, to the foundation, that it's all about our connection to God and cleansing ourselves and going through this process. Key kol b'shamayim v'aretz, to tune in, to connect to heaven and earth. We have to know how to tune in to the inner level, the inner aspects. Yosef was Yud Sof, bringing the Yod all the way down to the lowest places, and that's what we have power to do through prayer and through Kedushas Bris and through Torah and through getting it. Yes, Amen. Thank you. So now we're going to play a song. And you're going to wait for me one moment. If Laura's still here on YouTube, please let me know. And we're going to play a nice song for you. I'm just going to go get my guitar. Excuse me for the little knock. And you have to wait 1 second. One moment. Yes, here we go. We'll sing a quick song to end off the class in honor of those who requested it. Hopefully the guitar's in tune. Don't have to waste your time with that. Here we go. Not too bad. It's in tune. Amazing. So I think we should play 2 songs. One, a purification of our heart, and the other one of joy. Remember, this is from Psalm Nun Aleph, 51. Sing. Du etz Hashem b'simcha, du etz Hashem b'simcha, olefana b'nana, lefana b'nana. Du etz Hashem b'simcha, du etz Hashem b'simcha, olefana b'nana, lefana b'nana. Na 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 na.
Basimcha, Olafana Binana, Lafana Binana. Hey, Ilu Etz Hashem Basimcha, Ilu Etz Hashem Basimcha, Olafana Binana, Lafana Binana.
Sing one more. Oz v'hoda levusha v'hatischak liyom macharon. Oz v'hoda levusha v'hatischak liyom macharon. Na 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 na. Anyway, I wish everyone a beautiful rest of the week. Take that joy and energy, purification of the heart, and the service of God with joy, and you'll only be blessed. That's the promise. This week's Parsha, this week's energy, that's the Slichos, Motzi Shabbos, the cleansing and the purification, getting us ready for a new blessed year of abundance and joy. And please God, good news for all of us. I hope to join you soon. Most likely we'll have a double Emuna Tuesday next week, but it's up to you guys to make that all real. And the Emuna Tour 2022, keep sharing it. Someone else wrote, thank you. Also here, nice music and songs. Appreciate the love. And I did write a song. Maybe we'll do one more just to make great the Torah. Torah. This is my own song. Torah. Play the rest another time. It's on my album Together. You can check it out on SoundCloud, Spotify, I believe. Just look up Eli Goldsmith. Together. Okay, it should be blessed, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and can't wait to see you with good energy, a little bit more purification with slichot, and please God forgiveness and good vibes and a good Shabbos. Enjoy. I'll be thinking of you as we make l'chaim.